Alright guys, coming at you with another one. This is Boone Headshot, another Rogue
Lesson of the
POV
Void.
for you. We're gonna go ahead and do some City of Echoes, and I believe this one's a +9. Give you some commentary on thought process on what we were doing here. Another pickup group. Got to be moving in 8s and up, and I think the tank does a pretty good job here, and I want to share it with all of y'all. Stops here after the end of the bridge, and we go straight into it with all of the big cooldowns. You saw Vanish go out, reapply the bleeds. Or no, sorry, Vanish did not go out. I just used Deathmark here to save Vanish. The ruptures on the spiders will destroy you if you are inside it when it goes off. You can stun it to stop it if you need to. And we're just pumping along. Try to sit the casters. My plater pack tells me the casters with a pink bar. It tells me to run towards them. And it's pretty helpful.
Embrace who you truly are.
The cleave from that spider will take you down too, so you want to make sure that you are watching your feet where you're standing on this. We are running the selfish cleave build again. I did not take iron wire for this run. Gives you a little bit more damage. Got some more videos coming as well, guys, where I'll actually be talking about it as the raid happens instead of just commentary after the fact. I like to go back and review videos on some things, see where I could have improved, and talk about that as well. Here's the example of all of those guys that are trying to explode. In a pinch, you can kidney shot one of them to save your teammates. You can use your Vanish to reset and get all your bleeds out quickly if the tank is non-stop pulling, which you pretty much have to do in these higher keys. Like, there is almost no downtime. You don't have time for it. I chose to kidney that one right there so I could keep whacking him.
Embrace who you truly are.
I waited there to see if he was going to try to run everything up and turn it into a bigger pull. absolutely can grab everything and come up to this boss and cleave it all down.
Nope.
Getting ready to throw tricks on him as soon as he drops mount. And then we roll. This fight, the ads spawn from the eggs that drop in random spots along this fight. You want crippling poison for this to slow them. You can fan and knives and hit them all, and it'll help slow them all down. We have a paladin to slow everything pretty easily, so we had a pretty good comp set up for this. You can get in range to kidney the one that's targeted you. That way you can actually get closer to it. But I would recommend not, unless you are really on top of watching your cooldown on it, because the second he is out of kidney and takes a bite out of you, that could be game over. This web phase that comes out, you want to try to keep them as tight as possible. It gives you more room to play. Gets into an odd situation here where the ads are coming down where all the web is. Shadow step around the one that was targeting me to get to the group to slow it all down. Cloak here to mitigate some damage. It's unavoidable if I had chosen to just run through the webs. And boss went down pretty easy. I am saving Deathmark for the packs coming up here soon. It's one of the harder pulls of this dungeon. Depending on how your tank runs it, left or right, they're still both big pulls. You want to save your cooldowns coming up for the next fights with the next wave of beetles.
Embrace who you truly are.
Pulled the cooldowns early. I thought he was going to pull them when they patrolled to us. You want to sit the alarm. Get out my full kidney and switch back over. That's all you can really do is the rogue on those guys. You can help once and then kidney's on cooldown. They should be dead before kidney comes back. I think we wipe here. I think we let another patrol get to us. Yeah, we got smoked right there.
Embrace who you truly are.
Run back of shame. Looking for casters right there. I thought there was one, found it, and that's who I sit on. You want to sit on the casters in these higher keys. You want to make sure those go down and you control how much damage they're giving out. Still in my subterfuge window. Bleeds up on as many targets, and then it's just mutilate, fan of knives, and envenom. Big envenoms, big cleave. Deathmark Vanish goes out here to reset the subterfuge, reapply bleeds to everything. You want that on cooldown as much as possible, but also making sure that you time it so that it's ready for your bosses. In the previous video, I talked about Sanguine Blades, how it is a DPS loss in single target unless you're in Deathmark, so you have to dance around your energy levels between like 50 and 110, somewhere in there, because you auto drink tea if it goes down too far, and you want to be able to keep your teas around for the increased mastery when you're ready inside damage windows. It's tricky, and I'm still learning it. You'll see it as some of the fights go on. Most of the boss fights in this, though, have multiple targets in it, so this dungeon's not too bad. Got the double alarm going off. I'm sitting on this one waiting for the cast time to come back. Oh, I switched. I'm sitting on that one now. Didn't even need to use kidney shots, so we did it right that time.
Embrace who you truly are.
Bleeds out. Cooldown start going off. King's Bane. save your only shiv towards the last half of King's Bane so that it gets the increased damage towards the end. Deathmark's out. Vanish went out to reset everything. You can hold Vanish in these boss fights for the last couple seconds of Master Assassin critical strike chances. You can reset and reapply everything. A little bit better on damage for you if you hold Vanish towards the last couple seconds of Deathmark. Tank's doing a good job here. You want to keep the boss pointed away from everybody so he doesn't cleave through the safe area. He dies, and you now have an evasion tanking rogue as we wait for battle res, and he reclaims the threat. So that was a quick reaction by me. Kept this fight going. Evasion is your friend whenever tank goes down. I'm not sure if he missed the cooldown or if the healer was slow or he was out of bounds in the bad area, but he just got deleted. And from here, it's just manage bleeds on the ads, keep Deathmark on the big boss, and cleave him down. I threw out tricks here because I was worried that he was going to grab the flyers, and I didn't want to get my face punched in, but they flew away just in time. Flyers come down, and I Deathmark of Vanish here. Get the bleeds going on everything. That's repeat. I have a macro for Skarden's Grace to go off at the same time Deathmark does. It's just a fairly easy /use Skarden's Grace /cast Deathmark. Really recommend that you put those two together. They're on the same cooldown timer. You shouldn't be using it unless you're in your Deathmark phase as well. The mastery that you get from the trinket is pairs very well with the extra damage from Deathmark. If you don't have Skarden's Grace, you can still macro any of your unused trinkets to your Deathmark. Should be the only time that you're using your damage trinkets is in that window. some paths where you can run down the side or the other. If needed, I think we got enough adds going down the middle lane here. There are more adds on the right or left. Depending on if you need them, the tank might run you down one of those instead. But I think we got enough spiders at the beginning that these guys give us just enough. Trying to figure out which target the paladin was sitting on so that I could kick the other one. And then arguably one of the most chaotic dungeon fights this season. I will go through a couple tips and tricks for it. When the boss gets all of its energy, the little purple bar underneath its health, that is when it's going to do the portal mechanic. You can anticipate it going out so that you can jump into a pool. I think it comes right after this, after those webs. And then just have your kick or kidney ready on the blood that's got you pinned down to get moving again. You're going to see an interesting workaround that you can do as Rogue if you lose your pools to your allies. Coming up here in a second. For the poison, you just want to make sure that you're not in anybody else's line when it gets dispelled from them, and that you're not in anybody else's line when you either cloak it off of yourself or it runs out or it gets dispelled off of you. So there's some positioning that you got to worry about. There's some RNG with where the webs come out, and then both these pools get stolen from me, and at the last second you can Cloak of Shadows, or Jesus, you can Shadow Step. You can Shadow Step to avoid going in and dying. You'll see that go off again here, I think on the second portal phase. You can Shadow Step to your allies, you can Shadow Step to the blood that's out, and if you time it right, and you Shadow Step after you get pulled, you will avoid the damage and the instant death from the portal mechanic. And once again, it happens here again. There's not a lot of pools out. I'm looking, I grab a hold of the paladin as a target. As soon as you get pulled, you Shadow Step. I Shadow Stepped back to the boss. There wasn't going to be another portal phase, so I didn't need to save it just to get back on target faster. And that's pretty much it. That's, I believe, we'll be +2 this one. Even with that one mistake with the pads. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.